name's Karen, and today I thought I'd do an unboxing for you guys. Got two here to show you today. One is a new release. This one is a release from about 2 months ago, I want to say. Now, I believe they're both still in stock. I never thought to double check, so forgive me if they're not, but as far as I'm aware they are. So I'm going to get right in and show you what I've got. I'm going to start off with the one that's been out the longest, which is this one. So I'll put that to one side for now. As you can see by the pink box, it is a round, okay. And it also has the round there as well. And this one is Modern Witch by Sasha Arts. She's a 22 inch by 28 inch or 55.6 by 70.7. Okay. You've got the, sorry if it's a bit fuzzy, you've got the details on the side there. Come on. Ah, there we go. A bit clearer for you guys. So she's got 49 colours, which includes 2 ABs, 5 fairy dust, for 51,914 draws. Okay, so she's a nice decent size. 50 by 70 is roughly the size that DAC tend to do. It's a common size for them. Got a toolkit, okay, and a little legend, okay. I'll get into that in a minute. I will go through the toolkit just the once because they're both exactly the same for both kits, okay. Put that up there. I'll just go a quick rundown for you. So we have a bag of baggies, okay. You don't get enough to kit up with, but they'll be good to hold like your spares and stuff. If you're a bit like me and hold on to your spares, they'll be a good little tool for your spares. And here we have your new pen, your twist and pick pen. I think they've had it out for a little while now, but they've had a couple of tweaks to it. One of them being the metal. Hey, sorry, it's not gonna. It's focusing on my table, isn't it? Is the. No, it's focusing on the table, isn't it? So I'll have to keep my hand there for now. The brass tip on the front of the pen, on the top of the pen. Come on, will you play ball? Thank you. Sorry, I'm gonna have to get super close for it to stop being fuzzy. I do apologise. But the brass tip is a relatively new thing with these pens. They used to be plastic beforehand, but I think a few people had problems with them breaking quite easily, so they've changed into the brass tips. So you may still get products. You may still get paintings and toolkits with the plastic tips still in place. It depends on when they were manufactured, when they were made, I suppose, produced. And the other new thing is the clear wax in the chamber, okay. They used to have putty in the chamber for a bit, but they decided to go with clear wax instead. So again, you may get some putty in it, you may get some clear wax in it, okay. But this just twists out. That there you can take out and refill there if you need to, but you pretty much just twist there and you'll feel some pressure, and it should, she says it should give you a bit of wax. There we go. So if you can see, might not be able to see it very well, but it will come out at the top there. And there you go. So you can, sorry, you can't even see it, can you? There you go. And if you get any excess, you can just take it off at the top and put it back into the chamber, okay. And then you have a thin four placer on the end as well. Okay, these do come out, so you can change them out if you need to, if you prefer over multi-placers at any point. Then you have your tray, okay? It's a nice decent sized tray. If you had a smaller kit, you'll get a slightly smaller tray. Okay, but they're both exactly the same, they're just slightly different sizes, okay? You get a nice lid and you get a nice stopper as well. Now I believe they've changed the ridges on the inside. Okay, they've shortened them a bit. I don't know how well you can see that in the light, but people were struggling with drills getting caught on the edge, so I think they've changed it out to help prevent that. Okay, and then you get a plate of their pink wax as well if you prefer their pink wax. You got a 7 placer as well. Okay, and then you've got a plate of their clear wax as well. Okay, again, you may well get a plate of their putty as well if it's one of the slightly older kits, if you like, because I think they're still transitioning. So you may still get putty as opposed to wax. Okay, get this up and out of the way. Sorry, there we go. Okay, and here we have your legend. Okay, so it comes in this nice neat little compact envelope. I apologise for that, the wind is blowing our doors shut upstairs. Okay, so you got a thank you for your purchase. You got your socials there, which I'll show you. Okay, so you got socials there. Okay, and your treasure crest card. I'll show you a bit more detail about that in a minute. Okay, but you've got your tips and tricks at the top. You got your QR code for your Facebook group there. Okay, where you get to show your work, ask questions, and all this, that, and the other. Just got to make sure that you have purchased through DAC before, and that your Facebook email address is the same as you've one for your DAC account, so they can match you up. Okay, so you've got your step-by-step instructions, your kit contents, and you've got a 20% off. Okay, it doesn't like that 20% off code, does it? There you go. 20% off your first app purchase. Now that can be used whether you're a first time purchaser or you've purchased with DAC before. If it's your first time using your app, then you get to save 20%. Okay, and then we have the legend, that's what I was looking for. Okay, so you got Modern Witch by Sasha Arts. Now these are all stickers, okay? So the title, the Diamond Art Club and the diamond are all separate stickers, okay? So you can use them to decorate your logbook, put in your logbook if needed. And then you have your start and end date. You have a picture of the original artwork right there, okay? And then you've got all your details down there. So you've got 49 colours in round, okay? Again, those are all stickers, so if you use a logbook in any way, then you can put them in your logbook, no problems. Okay. Then you open them up and you've got all your colours there. So you've got all your 49 colours there. All these spare ones here, all these empty ones, they're all separate stickers as well. Okay. Which is quite an earthy sort of colour. So a lot of browns, a lot of greens, oranges, reds, that sort of stuff. As you can see at the back there, you've got your special drills. So you've got 2 ABs there, and then your Z drills are your fairy dust. Okay. So if I can find a fairy dust in the drills, I'll show you. But they're like a mica powder. Okay. And then your 60 drill there, so if it will refocus for me. Your 6033, that is a drill that DAC have come up with. That is a colour that DAC have come up with to fill in gaps in the DMC. Okay, so obviously your colours go by the DMC thread cross stitch colours. Those 60 drills are drills that DFC have come up with themselves to fill in gaps, if you like, so that they can get the image as close as possible, their rendering as close as possible to the original artwork. Okay, so you'll see a fair few of them knocking around. Okay, I'll just put that to one side, and then you can get a good look at the Treasure Quest card. Okay, so this one is a bronze, so this is the most common colour. You've got 4 colours, if you like, of Treasure Quest card. You've got bronze, which is the most common, then it goes to silver, then gold, then black. Okay, now you can collect a certain amount of these and redeem them for prizes with DAC. Okay, so you get a certain combination of colours, so for example 5 bronze, 4 silver, 4 gold, and it will get you a certain gift card or even a custom. Okay, so you see on the back, it's not going to focus very well, is it? Okay, it's not going to focus very well, but you've got a scratch off code there. Okay, and then you've got your QR code there as well, so when you're ready to redeem it, you scratch off that code there, scan in that barcode, scan in that QR code, and it will take you to the website, the section of the website where you can redeem them. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that over and break into the kit, shall we? So EAC always have a dust bag, if you like, to protect the kit from dust and whatnot. You don't have to keep hold of it if you don't want to. I tend to, just to help protect it there a little bit more while it's in the box. Sorry. So there we go. There are your drills. Okay, so it's got a lot of earthy sort of colours, so browns, peaches, reds, greens, that sort of stuff. Okay, just see if we can see. See if I can have a quick look, see where any special drills are. Okay, so I think, okay, so that white there, you can just see that coating on the top. That is one of your ABs. Okay, so that has got a shiny coating on the top that makes it sparkle, makes it stand out. Okay, that is one of your Aurora Borealis drills. Okay, now that packs a bigger punch than your fairy dust. Okay, so I'll see if I can find a fairy dust. That one there, it may be a bit difficult to see, and it's not going to focus very well, is it? Okay, so if you can see, there's a slight glittery effect to it. That is your fairy dust. Okay, so it's got like a mica powder on the top, encased on the top of the drills. Maybe a bit difficult to see with the lighter colour. It's got like a mica powder encased on the top of the drills to give it a bit more of a subtle shine. Okay, they're not as bold as your ABs. Okay, but they shimmer just as well. So I apologise for the rustling. Okay, get that. There we go. A bit more, bit neater as well, I suppose. Okay, and then we have your canvas. Okay, so as you can see, if it'll focus there, it's scalped and scalped and poked to prevent the canvas from fraying. Okay, so DAC have a patented material called tarpaulin. Okay, which makes it a nice sturdy soft material. Okay, so you can see there that as well, got nice clear symbols. Okay, and it's also got a perforated cover as well. So I believe this is also patented to DAC as well. So you've got the, you might not be able to see it very well on there, but you can see there you've got your sections where you can section off your kit if you so wish. Some people do, some people don't. It's all on preference. Some people will use release papers. Okay, and then it's also how sticky it is. Okay, but I mean, some people use release papers, some people use sections. It's completely up to them. Okay, but I'm one of these ones that if the cover's sectioned off, then I'll use the sections. I didn't think I would, but it's actually very handy. So I'm just going to roll this back. This is something you can do with these canvases. You can roll them back, it won't hurt them anyway because they're poured glue. Okay, so this won't hurt it in any way. So you've got your do what makes you sparkle on the top. Okay, and then set that under there for now. There she is. There's your modern witch. Okay, move it back slightly. Sorry for the bump. There is your modern witch. Now you're seeing her in natural daylight. Okay, so you've got this natural sunlight on it today. So I do apologise for the glare. But as you can see, you've got a legend, top left, bottom right. Okay, and you've got bits of bobs on the bottom. So you've got like a warranty there, lifetime warranty. Now you've got to be the original purchaser of the canvas for the warranty to kick in. Okay, so if you have any problems with the canvas, drills, you're missing drills, you got a wrong colour drill, get a hold of the support team and they'll be able to help you in any way they can. But you do have to be the original kit holder. Okay, if you buy the kit from a D-stash, the warranty will be void. Okay, so you got your socials down at the bottom and a code as well for some money off. DAC are normally always running sales, got codes knocking around everywhere. They never normally make you pay full price for your kits. There's also some YouTubers who do sneak peeks for you guys. Some of those guys will have affiliate codes for you to use with your first time purchaser. So there's always a code knocking around somewhere. Okay, and then you've got all your details at the bottom there. Okay, so you got your name, your size, the artist as well, so Sasha Arts, and then you've got your pasting area. Okay, now that C there next to Sasha Arts' name, that signals that the kit is copyrighted. Okay, all of these images DAC use are copyrighted to the artist. Okay, so Sasha Arts gave their permission for this kit to be used as a diamond painting, and we'll get compensated for it. Okay, which is what we want. We want the artist to be able to be compensated for their work. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just move her up a little bit more. There you go. I'm going to have a quick flick through for the drill, the special drills. That's what I was looking for. We'll go over the special drills with you guys to see where they are. Let's excuse the noise of the chair. Okay, so have a quick look through for the ABs first. Okay, so you've got 666 and 5200. Okay, so it's like a phone and a dot. Okay, a red and a white. So you got a little bit of white sort of sprinkled here. Bits. It doesn't look like there's a lot of your ABs knocking around, so it's sort of, the white is sort of sprinkled in little patches, sort of throughout. Okay, the red, I haven't seen a lot of the red, but there's a little bit in the flowers up at the top here, and a little bit in the flowers on the bottom here. So there's not a lot of the 2ABs at all, to be honest with you. They're really in the flowers and sort of knocking around in the lighter patches on the centre of the image, if you like, so the highlighting bits. Okay, so the fairy dust, you've got 5 of them, so you've got like a tan, a green, orange, a peach, and like a yellow. Okay, so we're looking for 2 dashes, quarter circle if you like, a double-headed arrow, an A, and a star. Okay, so I'm just going to go through them as I see them. So I've got star sort of patches here, a little bit in here. Okay, got a little bit of the green sort of knocking in here. Okay, we have some of the double dash up in the leaves here. Okay, some a little bit of some of the A up at the top here. Okay, as well as the star, the double dash. Okay, some of the green stuff coming up in this sort of leaf here as well, in the leaf area. Okay, so I don't think there's a lot of the little A, to be honest. I don't think there's a lot of the orange, to be honest. There's more orange in like the flowers here, a little bit in the basket here, a little bit of the, I don't think there's anything in that bit actually, to be honest. I think it's more so in the flowers sort of here. Sorry guys. Sort of in the flowers and the greenery sort of here. Okay, so it's more so around the edge of the painting for your fairy dust, so in the flowers sort of here and here. Okay, and then you've got a little bit sort of scattered here, a little bit scattered over here. So there's not a lot of drills. Okay, not a lot of, because it's quite a muted sort of painting, I suppose. It's a lot of greens, browns, that sort of thing, but it does look really nice. She does look really cute. I did debate as to when to get this one or not, and I decided to go for it because she is quite cute. So, right, what I will do then, I will pack this one up and I will grab the other one, so I will be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. Now this one will be the last one I've got for you today. Now this one was a release from last week. Okay, we can tell that it's a square by the blue box. Okay, oh, it's quite a bit bigger, this one, it's quite a bit heavier. Okay, so you've also got the square on there. And what have I got for you? It is The Mortal and the Divine, again by Sasha Arts. Okay, it's 25.6 by 31.9 inches, so 65 by 80.9 centimeters. Okay, there they are. I've got the image on the side as well. It's got 79 drawers overall, with 1 AB, 1 electro, 3 iridescent and 2 fairy. Okay, so it's got quite a different array of special drills in it. Okay, there we go. Pull it out. Put it in there. You get your legend. Okay, you get your toolkit, exactly the same as the one I showed you before. Okay, so you got your leaflet as well. Okay, so this is exactly the same as the one for the Modern Witch. Okay, so you've got all your details in there, exactly the same. Okay, got a trading card as well, which is another bronze. Okay, as I said, it's the most common one there is, so I've got loads of these. Okay, and I've got very few sort of like gold, silver, bronzes. Gold, silvers, blacks rather. I've got mostly bronzes. But I'm not too worried about that. I mean, then they're fun things to collect, so it's not too bad. But okay, you've got the Morgul and the Divine. It's a bit of a hopefully clearer image for you guys. You got your 79 colours. Okay. And so you've got all 79 colours there, look. So you've got your 1AB there, which is 5200, okay. The K444 is your electro, so that's your metallic, okay. Those 3 L's that you see, the 718, 3608 and 3821, they're all your crystals, okay. And then you've got your 2 fairy dust down at the bottom, okay. So I will try and show you some of the special ones that they've got. Because there's a lot in there, I may not be able to get to them very well, but I can try for you guys. Okay. Put that to one side. Out. There is your colours. Again, it's very similar to Modern Witch, sort of your peaches, browns, that sort of stuff. Okay, now that drill there is one of your crystals by the look of it. I think it looks like it's the yellow crystal. Okay, that's one of your crystals. And right next to it, that one there, that is your electro. Okay, so that is your metallic one. Okay. Quite cool, quite a decent sized bag in there, which is quite cool. And then that one there, again, you might not be able to see it very well because of the colour, but that one is one of your fairy dust, okay. Now with your fairy dust, it is a bit more difficult to see with it being on a lighter colour, but we can try. Okay, I don't know if you'll be able to see that very well. Okay. So let me get this rolled out for you guys. So this one is definitely a lot bigger. I wouldn't say a lot bigger, but bigger than the other one. But I'd still say it's a decent size to work with. So this one's got a lot more detail than the Modern Witch. So you do need them to be bigger for all that detail. Okay, now this one does have the pink lines on it, so this one is okay, all okay. So they are transitioning from the pink to the grey lines. Okay, there we go. There is the Mortal and the Divine. Okay, that was quite a cool looking image. Okay, I think that came out really well. I know DAC don't have a massive amount of kits with male figures in them. There is a lot, they are progressing with that, they are doing it a lot more, which is quite cool. I like to have a few more male figures in my collection, which is quite cool, and he is quite a cool one as well. Okay, so as usual, top left, bottom right for your legends. Whether you use those legends, it's up to you. I tend to use the little paper legend that you have. It makes it a bit easier for me, but that's just personal preference. Okay, you've got all your details along the bottom. Okay, very similar to the last one, all your details along the bottom. Okay, so what we'll do then, I'll have a quick flick through where the special drills go for you guys. Okay, again, I apologise for the noise if I knock the chair behind me. Okay, so we've got one AB, which is the 5200, which is that bright white. Okay, and there's a lot of it in the background here, both behind the gentleman and behind the lady in the branch, amongst the branches there. And there's a little bit sort of mixed in. It looks like his a jacket, coat, whatever, I don't know. It could be a jacket, could be a coat. A little tiny bit in there, okay. You've got your K444, which is your metallic, which is the star. Now there is a fair bit of that mixed in around. It's along all his light bit in his jacket, so the yellowy sort of colour in his jacket, it's mostly in his jacket. To be honest, there's a little bit on the armband of the lady there. A little bit knocking around in the behind here as well, so there's a little bit in here. And if I recall, a little bit in the branches along on the side here as well, behind the lady as well. Okay. Now with the crystals, there's not a massive amount of pink knocking around, so I think there's a very small amount of it. So there's a little teensy tiny bit in the jaws of his crown. Okay, this is for both pink crystals. Okay, so there's 2 pink crystals, which isn't a lot in there, so it's a tiny little bit in the crown. And that is all I can see, to be honest with you, for those 2. There is a yellow one as well, which is a heart, which is a little bit here, a little bit in here as well. Bits in the gold on his cuff, I suppose. Let's see. There's a lot more crystal in his crown to do. There's a lot more of the yellow crystal in his crown, to be honest. I was half expecting the metallic, to be honest, but that it is mostly the yellow crystal. Okay. Then your 2 fairy dust. So you've got a yellow and a pink. Okay. You see a lot of that fairy dust here, so it's the slash. Okay, so you see a lot of it here. And the lighter yellow that you can see, a lot there, sort of there as well. A bit in the branches here and on the band of the lady as well. So there's quite a bit of the yellow fairy dust knocking around. Okay, and then there's a pink one as well, which is mainly in the little buds of pink here. Okay, so you get some bits there and little bits here as well. Okay, so you do get a lot more of the fairy dust in this one than you do the other one. Okay, so this one does I think it's going to sparkle, to be honest. It's got quite a few ABs, special drills in it. It's got quite a bit of sparkle to it, which is going to be quite cool. Okay, if you guys just give me a minute, I'll get this one packed up and I'll bring the other one over. Just give me 1 second. Okay guys, I'm back. Now this is all I have for you today. Both are by Sasha Arts, so you've got your Modern Witch. Okay, and you've got the Mortal and the Divine. Now as far as I'm aware, they're both still in stock. I did forget to check before I started, so I do apologise for that. But as far as I'm aware, they are both still in stock. Okay. So I think they're both quite cool. They're both sort of like a neutral, earthy sort of colours, which is quite nice. They're both complemented by those colours quite well. Okay, and that is all I have for you today. I hope you have a good rest of your day, your morning, your evening, your afternoon, wherever you are. I hope the weather's treating you well at the minute. Got really nice weather out where we are at the moment. It's actually warming up, which is quite nice. So I'm hoping it stays that way. But I will let you guys go. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's not too much rambling and all over the place. Okay. So I will see you soon. Maybe if I do another video, I don't know yet. It will depend on the time and all this, that and the other. But I will see you soon. Bye guys.